Tonight on UCentral News, Kentucky's governor declared a state of emergency after a deadly plane crash. Netflix just dropped a reimagined version of a childhood classic TV show. Chelsea Rios will have your social media news. The OKC Thunder continued its winning streak in California last night. Phil Rodriguez will catch you up on all your sports updates. Enjoy the last week of warmth before winter weather sets in. Sam Fraley will have your weather check later in the show.
Live from Central Oklahoma, this is UCentral News.
Good evening, I'm Shanice Hopkins.
And I'm Valerie Scott, and welcome to this edition of UCentral News.
Happening right now, Kentucky's governor has declared a state of emergency following a deadly crash at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. A UPS freight plane went down shortly after takeoff Tuesday evening, killing at least 9 people. That number is expected to rise. Leah Waldman has the latest.
Graphic video shows the moment the MD-11 transport aircraft operated by UPS erupted into flames as it slammed into an industrial area around the Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport, leaving multiple people dead.
Again, we expect that number will continue to rise.
Crews still pouring water on the scene Wednesday as first responders scour the charred wreckage for potential victims.
The search and rescue mission went through the night, has been able to intensify today. So hopefully it won't grow by much.
Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear says despite the massive damage, it could have been much worse.
But let me tell you, this plane barely missed a restaurant bar. It was very close to a very large Ford plant with hundreds, if not 1,000+ workers.
A team from the NTSB set to arrive Wednesday to investigate the crash. Officials asking residents to report any debris as it could help provide clues to the cause of the crash. UPS has deep ties to Louisville. Worldport, the company's massive shipping hub at the airport, has halted operations. The company says more than 20,000 employees handle 300 flights per day and sort more than 400,000 packages per hour.
This is a tragedy for the victims that we've lost. It's a horrible event for everyone that's part of the UPS family and our entire city.
In Louisville, I'm Lee Waldman reporting.
Passenger flights to and from Louisville have resumed. They're hampered by a major backlog of delayed flights from Tuesday night, and only one runway is currently open.
The age of a first-time home buyer is the oldest it has ever been. The median age is now set at 40 years old. The National Association of Realtors also says the share of first-time home buyers in the market has fallen to 21%, creating a new record low. That group of buyers has slimmed down by 50% since 2007, just before the Great Recession. The NAR says its research reveals 2 evolving snapshots of the housing market. One group of buyers has significant housing equity and can make big down payments and all-cash offers. Meanwhile, first-time buyer home groups continues to have difficulty getting into the market. High mortgage rates and home prices continue to be barriers.
The Trump administration is providing $24 million in emergency assistance to countries hit by Hurricane Melissa. That breaks down to $12 million in assistance for Jamaica, $8.5 million for Haiti, $3 million for Cuba, and $500,000 for the Bahamas. The funding will be used for housing, water, food, sanitation, and emergency health care. The U.S. expects to announce additional assistance packages in the coming days after personnel on the ground further assess the damage.
Now, I know here in Edmond we're getting to experience that last little bit of warm weather. Sam Fraley, what's it looking like out there right now?
Hey guys, Sam Fraley here with your first look at weather. A little bit warm outside right now, 68 and sunny here in Edmond, Oklahoma. Sun beginning to set behind Chad Richardson Stadium, as you can see behind me. A little windy today, northeast winds at 14 miles an hour, gusts up to 21 miles an hour. A little bit humid today at 50% and feels just a little bit warmer at 70 degrees. Looking ahead, there was a supermoon this morning. I hope you guys got to catch that. Cold front is coming in Sunday just for a little bit, very strong cold front. And we're seeing a little bit less wind in the southeastern part of Oklahoma. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Sam. And speaking of cold fronts, for many Americans, it'll soon be time to get out those winter coats if you haven't already. A cold front is moving into parts of the U.S. this weekend, which will deliver a blast of Arctic air typically not felt until December. Meteorologists say the front will start near the North Pole and head into the northern U.S. before it spreads further south and east. By Sunday night, most areas east of the Rockies could be in line for temperatures to drop 10 to 15 degrees lower than normal for this time of year. And as far as south as Texas, residents may see temperatures at or below freezing. Buffalo, New York could feel temps in the 20s by Monday morning. Some areas may also see some snow. The cold snap won't be here for long. By Tuesday and Wednesday, temperatures should return to normal for the rest of the year.
A major change in Oklahoma law has now taken effect. Bill 54, sponsored by Darrell Weaver, an Oklahoma senator, expands the definition of an aggravated DUI. Under the new statute, a first-time DUI can now be charged as a felony if aggravated circumstances are present. An example of some of these circumstances are a blood alcohol content of 1.55% or higher, a crash, driving with a child in the vehicle, reckless driving, fleeing from police, or speeding in a school zone. Judges no longer have discretion to waive mandatory jail time in those cases. Mandatory jail time is now in place for first-time DUI offenders, requiring a minimum of 10 days in jail. Secondary offenders are now required to spend at least 30 days of incarceration.
Valerie, it feels so great to be back at a desk. Feels even greater outside, but it seems like we've got some colder temperatures on the way.
Certainly it does. Sam will have our full look at weather after the break.
The University of Central Oklahoma grows and thrives. We move to meet our students where they are and get them where they want to go. Over time, thousands of students have made the move to UCO. They come to pursue their passions and find their calling, to improve their lives, families, and communities. UCO moves and motivates students in and out of the classroom. Here, potential takes flight. Our students' curiosity ignites a spark that fuels transformation. Oklahoma's Metropolitan University, the university that hasn't stopped moving since 1890. In fact, we are gaining momentum.
This is where movement is. This is the University of Central Oklahoma.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? I'm high. Oh.
Hey guys, Sam Fraley here with your full look at weather. 68 and sunny here in Edmond, Oklahoma. Sun is coming down a little early. Winds 14 miles an hour with gusts up to 21 miles an hour from the northeast. Not too bad today. Little humid outside at 50%, and it's going to feel a little bit warmer at 70 degrees. Looking ahead, there was a supermoon this morning if you got up early enough to see it. It was the largest one of 2025. Big cold front coming in Sunday, continuing through Monday is going to make it very cold for those 2 days. And then we're seeing currently a little less wind in southeast Oklahoma, but that should change when that cold front does roll in. Current conditions across the state, 72 here in the metro area. Across most of the north, we're seeing 60s. And then as we climb down into the south is where we see some of those mid 70s, high points of 74 down there in Ardmore. Tonight it's going to get down to about 54 degrees here in Edmond. Clear skies, not too much cloud cover. Very low winds, northeast 6 miles an hour, gusts at 12 miles an hour. But it is going to be a little bit humid tonight. 74% going to kick up from that 50 that we see currently, and no chance of rain. Tonight, 55 there in the metro area, getting a little bit of cloud cover in Ardmore, not really anywhere else. Seeing some 40s up in the northwestern parts of the state, Woodward and Guyman, but mainly 50s and very low 60s everywhere else. Tomorrow's highs 74 there in the metro area, and then 70s across everywhere else, even Guyman, which we do not see them like to match up with the rest of the counties very often. Tomorrow the sun is going to come up about 6:57 in the morning, 61 degrees and sunny, no clouds tomorrow. Noon we're going to climb up to about 70, and then we'll stay there when the sun sets at about 5:30, no clouds. This week, 74 tomorrow, 73 Friday, 70 Saturday, and then boom, big cold front Sunday, 49 degrees. Monday, 52, so very cold those 2 days. Monday, the low is 26, very cold night that night. And then Tuesday and Wednesday, we get back up into the upper 60s. Guys, did you get a chance to see the supermoon this morning?
I actually did, just by chance. My dog just happened to wake me up a little bit early this morning, so when I stepped outside, I was like, whoa, I'm so thankful I got to see this. Sam, did you get a chance to see the supermoon?
I did, yeah. I had a very early class this morning, so I got to poke my head outside and get a nice look at it. How about you, Shanice?
Unfortunately, I've been taking advantage of that extra hour of sleep that we got over the weekend, so I wasn't able to catch it in person, but I've seen all the pictures on social media, so it's just super exciting to see things like that here in Oklahoma.
Coming up, who used ChatGPT to study for their law exams?
And what iconic child show will come to Netflix? Chelsea Rios has all the details after the break.
It's time to explore, to come out and play. Our city is waiting, so what do you say? Whether daytime or nighttime, the right time is now. Finding those moments to make you go wow. Amazing new places to fit every mood. Shopping and dining. Did we mention the food? There are green parks and ballparks and water parks too. Museums, attractions, and also a zoo. The modern frontier is the friendliest place. Now is the time for your dreams to be chased.
It's the Roadway Replay.
Time for the lightning round, Brian. Let's rewind your drive to work. How far did your car travel while you checked your phone? 20 feet, 100 feet, the length of a football field.
100 feet.
Oh, sorry, Brian. In just 3 seconds on the highway, your car traveled the length of a football field.
Distracted driving? It's no game.
Hello Broncos, I'm Chelsea Rios and this is your social media update. The holidays are coming soon and a costume from an iconic Christmas movie can potentially be yours. The costume from Will Ferrell's Elf is up for auction. The green wool tunic costume features a pair of yellow fleece-like stockings and a pair of black leather shoes with curled toes. The green pointed hat with a yellow pleated sash and a red feather also comes with the costume. The starting price is 50,000 pounds, approximately 65,000 American dollars. Bidding for the Buddy outfit ends on December 5th. And Kim Kardashian confessed to something many college students won't. During an interview with Vanity Fair, Kim K revealed to her co-star Tiana Taylor that she used ChatGPT to study for her law school exams. She said that the machine is always wrong and it made her fail the test all the time. Although she kept failing, she still persevered, hoping to acquire the title of lawyer soon. Kim K shared on the Graham Norton show that she will be qualified in 2 weeks. She said that maybe in 10 years, she'll give up on being Kim K and will be a trial lawyer instead. And Netflix just dropped a sneak peek of its upcoming reimagined Sesame Street. The streaming platform picked up the show after HBO Max passed on renewing its partnership with the show's nonprofit parent Sesame Workshop. The reimagined show will drop the magazine-style format for 2 longer narrative-driven statements. There will also be a new animated series called Tales from 123 between the 2 11-minute segments. The first episodes will include guest appearances from NASCAR champ Bubba Wallace and musician Miley Cyrus. The show will release this upcoming Monday and will be available in more than 30 languages. And a star from Stranger Things filed a harassment and bullying claim against a fellow co-star. Millie Bobby Brown reportedly filed a claim against David Harbour before they started filming the last season, according to an anonymous source. They said that there were pages and pages of accusations, with the investigation lasting months. The allegations did not include anything of a sexual nature. Harbour's character is the adopted father of Brown's 11 on the show, with the characters described as having a chaotic relationship, reflecting the real-life relationship of the stars. Stranger Things Season 5 premieres with Volume 1 on November 26th, followed by Volume 2 on December 25th. The finale will premiere on December 31st. And Miss Universe contestants got up and left during an event ahead of the pageant in Thailand. A live stream on pageant's official Facebook page revealed why, as the pageant executive Nawa Itasera Grisel called Miss Mexico Fatima Bosch a dummy. This happened after the Miss Universe contestant allegedly refused to take part in a photo shoot, and Nawa called her out in the crowd. Bosch then got up and walked out, with contestants following behind. Nawa then tried to stop everyone from walking out, calling for security. Nawat publicly apologized to Miss Mexico, saying he's human and didn't want to do anything to shame her. The organization also released a statement on Instagram saying the Miss Universe organization remains steadfast in its mission to promote collaboration, respect, and opportunity for women around the world, working hand in hand with all partners to ensure a safe, inspiring, and memorable experience of every delegate. They said they are working closely with the host community to make sure of the event's continued success. The organization has not yet apologized to Fatima Bosch. Shanice, I'm just kind of curious, just to go on to some more happier news. What's your favorite Sesame Street character?
You know, growing up, I've always been an Elmo girl, but the older I got, the more I understood Oscar the Grouch. He's kind of just speaking to me now. I get it. It's hard to be an adult. What about you?
Yeah, my favorite puppet would have to be Ernie. I just had an Ernie puppet growing up with my siblings. It was just, yeah, I just love him. What about you, Valerie?
Well, Big Bird was definitely my favorite. He always made me smile. Thank you, Chelsea, for the social media update. Coming up, the Thunder had a late night in Los Angeles.
And Phil Rodriguez has his picks for college football action this weekend. Sports is next.
Sometimes it makes everything funny. Sometimes it's nothing to laugh about. Weed. It's funny like that. And unlike alcohol, with marijuana, there's no legal limit. So even if you don't feel high, you could get a DUI. No matter how much weed you've had, don't get behind the wheel, because driving impaired is illegal. And that's no joke.
Hooves up, roll Chos. Today's a great day to cheer on the Broncos.
Welcome back to the Pain Train.
Okay, Sean, here's your final question. A train hitting your car is the same as your car hitting a boulder, a brick wall, or a soda pop can.
A brick wall?
At a whopping 20 million pounds, a train will crush your car like a pop can.
Beating a train? It's a game you can't win.
It is Wednesday, my dudes, and not the Jenna Ortega kind. But I'm Phil Rodriguez, and here's sports. The Thunder continued their unbeaten run to start the season, moving to 8-0 after a win over the Clippers late last night. A shaky first quarter saw the Thunder fall behind 33-23 before surging back in the second quarter to make it 57-56 Clippers at halftime. But the second half was all Thunder, with OKC outscoring LA 70-50 across the final two quarters. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander continued his defense of last season's MVP title, picking up his first double-double of the season with 30 points and 12 assists. Next up for the Thunder will be the Portland Trail Blazers tonight in Portland's Moda Center at 9 p.m. Well, the first edition of the College Football Playoff Committee's rankings and playoff bracket were released yesterday on ESPN. Although the bracket is subject to change a lot as teams continue knocking each other around over the final weeks of the season, it gives an idea of the teams we might end up seeing compete for a national title. The top four starts with dominant and undefeated Ohio State, a popular pick to win their second championship in a row. Indiana follows them up at 2 as they continue their dream season behind Heisman-contending Cuban-American quarterback Fernando Mendoza. Texas A&M is 3rd, although they have a tough matchup at Missouri this weekend that could knock them off. Then Alabama sits at 4. Georgia and Ole Miss follow up at 5 and 6. Then the surprising BYU Cougars sit at 7 with Texas Tech at 8. Memphis gets the 12th spot in the bracket as the highest-ranked team from the group of 5, even though Oklahoma sits at 12th in the rankings. Now, although that means the Sooners are on the outside looking in, it also means they can slip into the playoff bracket if SEC teams above them slip up. Previewing these matchups would be a lot of fun, but they're 100% guaranteed to change. So let's turn our attention to matchups this weekend that will have a direct impact on the college football playoff. First up is a game where a top 2 team should be majorly on upset watch. Sure, Penn State has dropped 5 straight, and they haven't won a single Big Ten conference game this year after being a preseason pick to make the playoff. But most of their losses have been close, including 6 points against Oregon and 1-point losses against Northwestern and at Iowa. Indiana's rolling, they look consistent on both sides of the ball, their coach has the locker room, and their quarterback looks like the best in the country. But college football is a strange and cruel sport, where sometimes a butterfly flaps its wings in Tokyo and then App State beats Michigan. I'm picking Penn State to shock the world. Next up is easily the game of the weekend, and it's almost a shame it's on the early slate. You're going to have to figure out how to watch both of these at the same time. The cunning Cougars of BYU have surprised everyone, rocketing out to 8-0 behind a true freshman quarterback. Bear Bachmeier wears a running back number on his jersey, 47, and he runs like one too, with 359 rushing yards and 8 touchdowns on the season. Texas Tech, meanwhile, has assembled the best defensive line in college football, good for the 5th best rushing defense in all of FBS. The Cougars will have to bear down to score on this Red Raider D, but I think they'll just squeak by to remain undefeated. I'm just all kinds of against the spread today. Ladies, it was a big win last night for the Thunder against the team that originally drafted Shai. Valerie, you watched, right?
Oh, of course I did. I love watching SGA take the win, or as I like to call him, Shai Gorgeous. Phil, will you be staying up to watch the game tonight?
Absolutely, yes. Since it's at 9 p.m., it's a little bit earlier than the one last night, so I'll at least make it through the first half before I'm snoring. How about you, Shanice?
Yeah, of course, that last season that they played, I became a super big Thunder fan. I'm going to bounce off Valerie. I am only here to watch SGA, so thank you so much, Phil. Coming up, although Halloween is over, the store to get all your costumes is not closing up shop yet.
In St. Fraley, we'll have our last look at weather after the break.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Two milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable.
The sad reality is fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kids should know.
Expanding horizons, making room for the new. The modern frontier is ready for you. There's more to discover, more fun to be found. Our city is rising, just look around. Attractions, adventures, excitement and thrills. Rooms of beauty and history where knowledge is filled. A convergence of cultures in spectacular places. Open skies, open minds, and wide open spaces. The modern frontier awaits you to embrace it.
Welcome back. Halloween is over, which, yes, it means it's time to start thinking about Christmas. Spencer's Gifts, which owns Spirit Halloween, is opening up 30 Spirit Christmas stores across 12 states. A company spokesperson says all of the stores should be open within the next week. Customers will be able to find decorations and stocking stuffers, as well as getting your picture taken with Santa himself. Some of the stores will be opening in pre-existing Spirit Halloween stores, while others will be in new locations. The stores will be open through the end of the year. And now we're going to toss it to Sam for our last look at weather.
Hey guys, we're going to take one more look at the weather tomorrow. Sun is going to come up about 6:57 a.m. It is going to be very sunny tomorrow, no cloud cover throughout the day, 61 degrees. Then around lunchtime it'll be 70 degrees, still no clouds. And then the sun is going to set very early because of that time change this past Sunday. Still going to be about 70 degrees then as well. This week, 74 tomorrow, and then coming down to 70 on Saturday before that big cold front comes in Sunday and brings our high down to 49 with a low of 32 that day. The high comes up a little bit Monday as that wind clears out just a little bit, but the low that night is 26. Very chilly night on Monday before Tuesday and Wednesday coming back into the upper 60s. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Sam. Today is the day that most of us can eagerly get behind. Today is National Donut Day. The popular pastry comes in all kinds of forms, whether frosted, filled, or with sprinkles on top, and it's a sure bet that your neighborhood has a donut shop that people gravitate towards. The history of the term donut may date back to as early as 1808. That's the earliest record of the use of the word in a short story article in Boston Times. A year later, noted in a short story writer Washington Irving referenced donuts in his book, History of New York. His description was of a sweetened dough fried in hog's fat. You can celebrate Donut Day by stopping by your local store and maybe even bring in a box to your office for your coworkers. Mark the day on social media by using the hashtag National Donut Day.
Okay, and right before we wrap up, I have to ask you, Valerie, what is your favorite kind of donut?
Easily blueberry.
That's so crazy because that's my favorite donut as well.
Seriously?
Yes,
no way.
Yes, I always get 2 blueberry donuts, cake donuts to be specific.
Cake donuts
from
only.
the donut shop. So
it looks like we're gonna have to bring a box into the newsroom.
Absolutely, we're gonna have to celebrate. Well, that's all the time we have for today, everyone. I'm Shanice Hopkins.
And I'm Valerie Scott. Thank you for joining us for this edition of UCentral News.